What is that thing on Kyle's head? That is a question that we are asked quite often, and I'm going to finally answer that question. Kyle wears a device called Optune on his head as much as he possibly can. It is an FDA-approved medical device for glioblastoma brain tumors. The Optune device uses low-intensity electrical fields to stop the cancer cells from multiplying. And these electrical fields are called tumor treating fields, or TT fields, which it says on the device. When you have the treatment turned on, the tumor treating fields are in effect. In a nutshell, what happens is that we have a energetic frequency in our brain and in our body, and what these things do is they shift that energetic frequency so that in this new energetic field, the cells cannot multiply. This is something that's been around for several years and something that Kyle has been wanting to utilize for a very, very long time. And at the end of 2022, he finally was able to get approved to receive this device, which was truly one of the most exciting days on this path, because there's so many success stories of people using this Optune device and extending their life expectancy for many, many years. And it was just one more thing to hopefully help him on this journey, and it's been an incredible tool in our toolkit. So it's a medical device, so it's prescribed by your doctor, so in Kyle's case by his neuro-oncologist, and it is something that you have to wear at least 75% of your day, so that's 18 hours. But the more you use it, the more it works. It doesn't have a cumulative effect. So when you take it off, it's not having a long-lasting effect. It is only working when it is on your head. And it isn't something that is easily applied. It is adhered to your head with these hydrogels. So it's not something that you can just be like, oh, I'm gonna quickly take it off. It takes time, and there's a lot of prep that goes into it. So ideally, a lot of people try to get their usage up to 90%. In our case, it's been a little tricky because Kyle will get head sores, and then when he was in and out of the hospital at the end of last year, he wasn't able to use it because if he got a sore when he was neutropenic, the risk of infection and it not healing if he did get a sore was so high. So we are still finding our groove of trying with all of our might to at least get 75% usage. The way that it works is that we tend to change what they're called arrays every day. And so the arrays are these 4 little patches that adhere to your head through these hydrogels. And you change them as often as you need to, and it all varies person to person. So Kyle tends to change them every day or every other day. Some people can go up to 3 days, and that's kind of the max before you have to change them and put new ones on. So usually Kyle will take a couple hour break and then clean up his head again, and then we'll put those arrays back on. So when we change the arrays, it is a bit of a process. So you take them off. Kyle usually puts some sort of cream on his head to just hydrate his scalp. And if he has developed new sores, he'll put special herbs that our Chinese medicine doctor gave us on there that really helps heal that a lot more quickly. And then once he's sat with that on for a couple hours, he'll clean his head, usually take a shower, and then you have to shave your head so that you are so smooth. You use a bulldog razor that they provide for you, and the nice thing is they provide everything, and thankfully our insurance covers the cost of it. So they provide everything that you need for the Optune, and they check in every couple weeks to send new supplies, and they get here super quickly. So the customer service is just unbelievable. But shave your head, and then you wipe your head with witch hazel, or they say I forget what percent, they say alcohol, but it was causing Kyle's scalp to be so sensitive, so we switched to witch hazel just to help get off any debris, hairs that have loosened but haven't come off of the head, and just make sure the head is clean, and then you adhere the arrays to Kyle's head. I don't know how you would do it without the assistance of someone. You definitely need someone to help you adhere them, and I'm really grateful that I get to be that for Kyle. When they came and brought everything when we first started, it was so overwhelming of all the things that we had and all the things we needed to do, and there was so much information, but you get into a groove of it and you figure out your flow, and we have found that, thankfully. Kyle has not had any complaints with using the device, and for him, I think it's somewhat easier because he was already bald. I feel like it would be very challenging, especially as a woman, if you had to use the device, because you have to constantly shave your head, and just the constant upkeep of having to have this thing attached to you and carry this battery pack with you wherever you go. It's exhausting. Kyle has the most optimistic spirit and has found it to be relatively easeful to use and incorporate in his life. When you're using the Optune device, you can't get it wet and you have to avoid sweating, and it easily overheats. In the summer, it is more tricky because as soon as you walk outside, the thing beeps because it gets hot, and that is irritating. And if he forgets to bring an extra battery, or I also forget to bring an extra battery, and then the device dies while we're out and about, that is a blow because he's not getting treatment, but he has this thing attached to his head. And then if Kyle's going to shower, he has to wrap the cords and put them on his head and put a shower cap on, or if he's gonna cold plunge, he can't get them wet because it's electricity. And these arrays connect through these cords that go down your back and connect into the device, which is called the Optune device. And that is how you actually turn on the treatment to activate those arrays to work. Because if they're not plugged in, they're not doing anything. Our experience using the Optune device has been the most positive experience. We've enjoyed working with the company that provides it, which is called NovoCure. They have been so helpful, so knowledgeable, and every person that we've talked to, I've never had one bad interaction in the 2 years that we've worked with them. It's been truly a blessing, which is truly amazing in the medical world that is what it is, but they have truly trained their team to care, and you can tell how much they really do care and how kind they are, and that they choose the best people to bring on to their team. So Kyle has used this device it'll be 2 years at the end of 2024, and we are still finding our flow with it, and we're just so grateful that we are able to have this tool that is helping to prevent the cancer cells from multiplying. It's just one more really powerful tool in our toolkit. We're just so grateful that we have that option available to us, and we'll continue to use it. That is what is on Kyle's head. A very long-winded answer to a very simple question.